How's it going, guys? Very special segment today. Q&A, kind of boring. Mini build, not enough content. Q&A mini build, maybe. For the mini build, I'm upgrading the rubber powered crossbow I made when I was just a young, single, hair-headed little boy. Guys, I'm old, I'm bald, I'm an old geezer. And I am married as heck, so it's time to upgrade this crossbow. Fit for a married, bald man. And I'm gonna be responding to comments for the first 2 hours this video is posted. So if you ever had a question for me, if you just wanna say hi, now's your chance. See you there. First question from Thomas the Crunk Engine. Where are you, his neighbor? Oh boy. Amigos at war. Wow, 2 pieces of content in the same month. That's crazy. Hey, you know, I can accomplish some amazing things when I'm feeling super passionate about what I'm doing. It looks sick, can't, comma. Wait for the vid. Referring to the crossbow. Definitely yoinking the design for myself. Hey man, yoink away. Bruh. Feel free to use the design for yourself is what I'm saying. Boomerang Plays. Is there any skill or trade you've wanted to learn but haven't had the time, money, or dedication to learn? What the heck? Is that a real question? Wow, a real Q&A question in my Q&A comment section. That's wild. I'm honored. I wasn't expecting something like this. Normally everybody's trying to meme. Being it, please. This is not the time. Ugh. This might sound like a non-answer, but honestly, all of them. I feel like so much of what I do on YouTube is just kind of trying to chase the views, and it ends up being super counterproductive because I wish I put a lot more time and money and dedication into getting a lot better at woodworking and blacksmithing for sure. I guess welding too. But every few months I find myself trapped in this super irrational cycle where I'll find something that I find particularly enjoyable. Like recently it was knife making. I'll start putting a lot of dedication into doing something like that. I'll get a lot better at it than I was before. But then after a little while, I genuinely just want to like try some new stuff or just like shake it up a little bit. But for whatever reason, I feel stuck doing what I'm doing, even though there's nobody telling me that I have to keep on making knife videos. I don't know, somehow it feels like my channel becomes a knife making channel and it feels out of character for me to do anything else. But the fact remains, I'm like losing interest in doing that particular thing, so then the videos start becoming more and more sporadic because I'm losing interest in it and it's harder for me to like, I don't know, put the work into it that I need to. So then the views start dipping because I'm not uploading as often as I need to. I start panicking, I go through a crisis, and then I'm like, oh wait, I don't need to keep on doing this thing. I'll make videos that I actually enjoy. And then yeah, I break out of it for another few months and then I get right back into that cycle. So hey, you know what they say, 10th time's the charm. I think now that I've broken out of the knife making thing and I'm just in the clear, able to make whatever kind of videos that I want. Let's say fingers crossed this time for sure, guys, I'll be uploading more often. All right, from Quentin Martin. Crossbow looks great, can't wait to see it, and I've always wondered, have you ever considered going back to your older videos and trying to recreate or upgrade your older builds? Well, without giving too much away, let's just say directly next to me there's a whiteboard that may or may not confirm everything that you just said. Aachen, can I buy this? Maybe someday. I got plans for it right now though. KSI Kislab. How many joules? I don't know. Michael the Mad Solderist Innovations and Ideas. I make flamethrowers, including ones that are completely concealable, as well as all sorts of other Assassin's Creed type weaponry. We might benefit from shared knowledge. Hey man, I post all my videos here on YouTube. They're totally free, so feel free to post yours. I'm not gonna stop you. Grayson, I'd like to see a bolt with a triangular tip. Looks great though, and I can't wait for the video. Also, why do you have Eddie Hall and Moist Critical videos in your crossbow playlist? I would say probably because half my YouTube watching happens in the middle of the night when I'm half asleep and I'm accidentally adding videos to my crossbow playlist. Trim Linerid, bruh. Bulletproof Crusader armor. Bulletproof Crusader armor. Oh, that sounds so boring. You guys wouldn't want to see that, would you? Really? You think so? Maybe. Well, hey, if you guys think that sounds cool, then I guess that might be worth my time. Leo Peter, I am, let's say, conflicted about the trigger mechanism. Oh, Leo Peter didn't get the memo. We don't criticize Eli on this channel. We tell Eli he's cool and epic. How do you block someone on YouTube? Nah, I'm kidding. If that is what it looks like, a rod moving to push the string up out of a groove, then that seems pretty bad. Listen here, mister. It is not a rod pushing the string up out of a groove. It's the actual trigger. It's just one solid piece, the whole thing. And what do you even mean bad? It works. It works well. That seemed pretty bad. How? It works. What are you talking about? You should consider either a rotating nut style trigger or this. Boy, tell me that in person. I'll rotate your nuts. Kidding, Leo Peter. Thank you so much for the criticism. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to better myself. Thank you so much. He linked to Todd's workshop where Todd made a dang old ballista. fits between the... Thank you, Leo. Very cool. Connor O'Shea, weaponized lawn darts. I mean, lawn darts are basically just giant bolts with huge fletchings. It wouldn't be difficult. It would be pretty straightforward. It's just like, I don't see how it would be meaningfully different than just making like a big crossbow or a ballista. I don't know, maybe if I made something that would chuck out like 8 of them at the same time, so it was like a lawn dart shotgun. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool idea, actually. Thanks, Connor. Glad I thought of it. Oh boy, here's a real question coming in hot. The Big Nut. That's a sick name. At this point in your time on YouTube, what do you honestly think about it? Is it something therapeutic you do to have fun? Is there any things in the future you wish to do or accomplish on this channel? Ooh. This might be the realist I get with you guys for a while. A few years ago, I got into a relationship that wasn't super healthy. It led to me being very depressed, and during that time, I really sort of fell out of love with YouTube. It got to the point where, and I still struggle with this, it got to the point where I don't even like calling myself a YouTuber. I don't like telling people that I am a YouTuber. It feels cringe. It still feels cringe. Like, I'll say anything before I tell them I'm a YouTuber. I'll even say like, I'm in video production. I produce and edit video. That, oh wow, cool, you like work at a... No, I'm a YouTuber. Which sucks, because like that is what I wanted to call myself for the longest time, and I fought up that hill for the longest, and then I finally made it. And then I just ended up at this point where I like hated even telling people about my channel, telling people what I did. And during that time was when me and the channel entered into the house era. You guys remember that? Where I had that house that I couldn't afford, and I was just like so depressed because I had just gone through a breakup. And I just had that like ugly span of time where I was just constantly like begging for money. It was totally soul crushing. It was awful. And I think after I sold that house, which was a few years ago, there was one other time where I asked you guys for money after that. And when I did it, it just felt gross. I felt nasty, felt dirty. And I was just like, this isn't me. Like, I don't need or want to do this anymore. So hopefully you guys have noticed I don't ever ask for money on the channel anymore, even when I'm not doing very well. But in response to this particular comment, I'm still kind of in this long process of recovering from that just ugly period in my life. I just really want to fall back in love with what I do because it's such an amazing opportunity. There's almost no one on the face of the planet that has just the engine to be able to do literally whatever they want to do and make a living from that. And that's what I have, and that's what I worked for so long. So I would say right now it's not particularly therapeutic. I do find myself like grinding sometimes and just not really enjoying it at all. But I'm trying to get back to that point. I really want to be at a point where I'm so excited about my work that it like peels me out of bed in the morning. You really got your money's worth out of that one. Sheesh. Thank you, Big Nut. Iron says, anything fired from a crossbow is a bolt, even if it is a nail. That kind of reminds me of earlier today where I was watching a video where Jorg made a crossbow that shot saw blades. I bring that up to say, L Iron, you're wrong. Tell me a saw blade is a bolt? How embarrassing. Couldn't be me. James says, now try shooting a spear with it. I feel like this whole entire Q&A is just culminating in me eventually making a ballista, so... Bob Rob Mark says, why does YouTube hate you? I never get any notifications whenever you upload. This is tough to talk about because I happen to think there's probably nothing more cringe in the world than when somebody's viewership is declining and they start making a bunch of videos like, I'm shadow banned from YouTube. And you're just like, yeah, shadow banned. Yeah. Okay. So I'm so hesitant to be like, oh man, YouTube is really out to get me. Shoot. The reality of the situation, I'm pretty sure, is just because I've been barely uploading recently. You know, once a month, once every 2 months sometimes. The algorithm's not particularly favorable to that kind of upload schedule, but here's the other thing. There are channels out there that absolutely thrive on posting like every few months. Like you know those channels. They'll be gone for like 6 months and they post a video and get like 8 million views right off the bat. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think I'll ever be the one to go, oh, look at me, I've been shadow banned. But hey, let me get a consistent upload schedule and then we'll see who's really shadow banned. Holy moly. Ryan Flynn out here made me read a Walgreens receipt. Sheesh. I'm gonna go ahead and read this whole thing and I'll respond to parts of it that stand out. How are you, Eli? Firstly, I'm good. I'm very well. I'm married. That's epic. What's the next big project you're undertaking? I guess a ballista. Are there any collabs on the horizon? I've been thinking that would probably be a very wise thing for my channel at this point. I've been sitting at 1.26 million subscribers for literally like 2 years at this point. It's getting bad, guys. It's getting bad. I love working with James the Hacksmith. I think now that COVID lockdown stuff is not so bad, then maybe something like that could happen in the next, I don't know, 12 months or so. That'd be pretty sick. Would you ever extend your forging talent to make jewelry? Well, I live with a girl now, so hey, maybe. Would you make more furniture in the future? Yeah, I gotta make a bed frame. And I would say probably like, I don't know, once a week I think about some new piece of furniture that I would love to make for the house, so yeah, probably. I personally love watching you cook. Is that a big deal in your personal life? Is there more cooking videos in the future? What are you talking about? When have I cooked? Oh, the HelloFresh ad, I guess. I don't know. It's not a big thing on my mind, I guess. I mean, it's ZNA Productions. It's not ZNA Weapon Builds, ZNA Knives. That's part of me, I think, regaining my love for making YouTube videos is just doing whatever I want at any time. So, hey, if I feel like cooking on camera one day, hey guys, here's how you make some really good bacon and eggs on toast. I think I've had bacon and eggs on toast for like every morning for 2 months at this point. Sure. Would you ever do another park course vid? I mean, I would love to, but almost everybody from the original park course video has either moved away or I've just like lost contact with them. So, I don't know. If I get a good strong crew of people together, I think that'd be pretty fun. I'm thinking it'll be a lot less, what's the word? Freaking annoying this time around. I can't even watch that video anymore. Would you do more videos where you make your own adaptation on famous weapons, e.g. the Leviathan axe from God of War? Typically, that's not my thing. I find myself doing that kind of stuff when I'm like trying to piggyback off the fame of like a particular thing, like when I did the Walking Dead bat, Lucille, I think it was called. Hey, it might be time for that at this point. I'm kind of hurting for views. A little bit more camping videos. I do have a build on the horizon that leans itself very heavily towards more camping videos, so we'll see. More custom paintball masks, possibly for sale. Probably not for sale, but I am thinking about, you guys know and love the Crusader helmet. But Big L, it's not super pleasant to wear. It's very crushy, very smashy, very start tingling on the top of my head because it's cutting off the circulation to my brain. You know, little things like that. So I would love to make a Crusader style mask in that like Army of Two style, where it's just like on the front of your face and it goes up to like maybe right there. So yeah, that's a pretty good possibility. I'll write that down. And also, I'd just like to say how much I love your videos. I've been a big fan for a long time. Every time I see a new vid in my feed, it just brightens my day, so I hope I've given you enough questions to fill the runtime, and I love you, Eli. And I'm gonna be here for anything you do next. Loving every moment of content because you always make me laugh. I hope life is treating you well. P.S. I'm from Ireland, so just know how far your influence goes and how many people you reach. This is another vital component of me regaining my passion for YouTube. I felt a very real connection to my audience in the past, and for a while it just became, like I said a million times already, just like a job that I really hated doing. But to be producing meaningful videos that I know have an impact on people and they really enjoy and appreciate, that goes a really, really long way for me rediscovering passion for this. So if the big nut got his money's worth for that comment, I think I actually answered all your questions. You earned it with that last piece, I won't lie. Thanks, Ryan, I appreciate it. Carlos Patet, can we see the wife? Gets immediately responded to by a bear possessed by several raccoons, L. Then Carlos busts back with, why? I'm curious. And a bear possessed by several raccoons. I bet you are. Oh, that's good. I bet you are. That's the best. I made the decision a long time ago. I'm keeping my relationship off YouTube. I might not have responded so masterfully as a bear possessed by several raccoons. But hey, at some point you may like see my wife, or maybe even like I'll introduce her or something like that. But we're not doing a couples vlog. We're not, hey guys, it's my birthday. That means I get to introduce you to my wife. So, sorry. Another Carlos Patet banger though. Also, do a build review, specifically on the ZNA subreddit. I may have posted there some amount of times. You know, Carlos, that's actually a very reasonable thing to ask of me. I think I will. I think I'll do a ZNA subreddit review. Weeb. My PP is yellow says, possibly best crossbow yet? Not possibly, it definitely is. Silas Weaver, advice for your 18-year-old self? Never, ever, ever let loneliness factor into who you get into a relationship with? If you're getting into a relationship with somebody, it should be because it's a really good idea, not because you're very lonely. And also buy GameStop stock and Doge. Brandon Buttholes says, how fast can you make 10,000 of these for my next roofing crusade? I don't know. In this economy, I just don't know if the bulk order roofing Crossbow business is quite where it should be. Thanks for the interest, though. I'll get back to you. Silas Black, are there any projects that you've completed or attempted that changed your trajectory as a fabricator? Yeah, I would say when I made my first forge, that folding chair with a cast iron pan in it, that absolutely changed the trajectory. Anything you ran into that made you say, heck yeah, or heck this? First of all, nothing would make me say that because I don't swear. Some people think it's like a YouTube thing that I do it so I can like monetize all my videos or something like that. No. I just don't swear. I'm a good Christian man. I just don't say those kinds of things. You rage hard. I remember a long time ago when you moved into that house, you were engaged. You still engaged, mate? You got a wifey now? That's the relationship I was talking about before. I am married now, but not to the person that I was with at that time. Cad says, where did you learn to make things? And if you learned on your own, what inspired you and where did you start? What inspired me? I don't actually know. I've just always liked making things ever since I was just a little baby kid. And where did I learn how to make things? A pretty even mixture of self-teaching and just looking stuff up on the internet. It's really pretty crazy how far you can get just straight up looking things up on the internet. If you just have the desire to learn how to do something, there's resources out there for you to find out how to do it. Selena Bean, would you ever consider dropping merch again? I used to own a hoodie a very long time ago and honestly would love to buy another if possible. Well, that's concerning. Did YouTube remove my storefront? Guess so. I still sell hoodies in the exact same spot. I guess YouTube just got rid of my ability to put my hoodies underneath my videos, so that's pretty epic. Thanks, YouTube. Very cool. Teespring.com/stores/alpha-armory. It should all still be there. I didn't really change anything. Maybe I was just like not active enough on Teespring and they just figured I didn't want to sell hoodies anymore. Joe Mama says, are you shredded yet? Yeah, of course. You can't tell from my death face. No, I'm still walking around with my honeymoon tenor. I don't know, man. Like, I tried really hard to get shredded at one point. My sleep just got so bad. And it's like, no matter what, I just always have this little belly. And all the fat drains out of my head and my eyes and my arms and my legs. And I'm just left with this little pot belly and these big gushy cheeks. And I'm like, this doesn't look good. So I lose the motivation. I just start eating like regular again. Once I went on the honeymoon and I was just eating gummy bears and bacon and eggs and ice cream. And I won't lie, I was drinking a little alky. I put on like 10 pounds and dude, I was just sleeping so good. Oh man, it's so nice. And you know what makes me mad? What really grinds my gears after the wedding? After I've gone through all this heck of trying to count my macros and get shredded and all the cardio and everything, my wife tells me she prefers me husky. What are you gonna do? Captain Kazoo, question number 1. Will the anti-claws ever be making a return? Let's hope not. Question number 2, you seem happier. Have you essentially removed your depression? I will say one good thing that came out of that span of time where I was in that house was I went on the carnivore diet for like 4 months, very strict. And ever since then, for whatever reason, I don't know if it like reset something in my brain, but ever since then, I have only either been not depressed or just kind of like a lazy feeling. Like it's not emotional anymore is what I mean. I don't like feel sad for long spans of time or anything. Like if something really sad happens to me, I'll feel sad, but depression? No, not really. So I don't know if I can completely attribute that to the carnivore diet, but it seems like it helped and I haven't had those same struggles for the longest time. So sure, let's say I removed my depression. Tabris Pro, you guys got the craziest name. Yo, any chance we can scale it up a little? Oh, he's just coming out and saying it, huh? Ballista size maybe? Russia shall freeze in their tracks. Russia bad, Ukraine good. I don't wanna jinx it and say it, but I am actually, for real this time, actually kind of excited about a ballista project. I gotta save up a little bit. It's gonna be a little costly. But funny enough, but funnily, the last time I had kind of a crossbow kick, my waning interest in crossbows coincided perfectly with me starting to actually understand the physics behind like why you would want to do pulleys and cams and things like that. Because like as long as I've been doing pulley bows, it sounds so goofy, but I never actually understood like what I was doing, like why I would want to do that, much less how to actually make them effective. But once I actually started really understanding what goes into making something like that worthwhile, I was just kind of crossbowed out at that point, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But yes, I would actually love to scale it up a bit and make a ballista. To fight Russia, I don't know. Actually, yeah, you know what? Anti-tank crossbow coming soon. Butterdew says, bro rolled a natural 1 in crossbow building skills, but finally built something that works. I want to be mad. Trust me, I really do. Has he said anything but facts? Probably not. Intertwined says, love the crossbow. It looks super fun. My question is, what drives you? What keeps you motivated when you're feeling down and out? Money. I'm kidding. Partially. Money was what drove me through those nasty years, but I learned pretty quickly money is a very, very crappy motivator. Right now, it's a lot easier given that I can actually make videos about stuff that I want to. But there are still days where I just don't really feel like working, and on those particular days, I definitely would say, thinking about the future, you know, me and my wife, we plan on having kids. Possibly a lot of kids. That could be pretty sick. But when you got a family to look after, there's no, oh, I was tired today, so I just watched YouTube videos all day. Sorry, hon. No, you gotta freaking work. Sorry, bub. You gotta work. So that's a very big motivation. Thinking about the future and the future of my family. Generic terrorist, when Eli makes another crossbow. That is so true. That moment when you're really funny. Flordani Zephyr, what color is science and which science is the best science? That moment when you're really funny. I'm seeing a lot of comments of people on this short that don't seem to understand the top caption on the thing. Mini-Build plus Q&A hybrid video coming next. Bunch of people are like, do a build, don't just do a Q&A. Y'all wildin'. I did it to him, Society says, I'd love to like this post, but YouTube Shorts makes me feel unwell. Did I hurt your tummy? He can't like my video because it hurt his tummy. Shoot. I should have been thinking about I did it to him, Society's tummy. No, what was I thinking? I'll do better next time, sorry bud. Ethan Rhodes, can you shout out AJ Rhodes? It's his 21st birthday today. No, just kidding. Hi. Carl Domagala, you've crafted a lot of things, both weapon and non over the years. If you were to stop making weapons in your videos, what would you build? That's a pretty good question. Honestly, there's not that much stuff that I would not like to build. I'm trying to think of something that I would hate to build. I love building and I love trying new stuff. As somebody mentioned before, I love making furniture. That's always really fun. I do think I would like to do a lot more woodworking, so just kind of like woodworking type stuff. That would be fun. I think wood could be a really, really cool project at some point in the future. If I were to make a tiny house and then actually furnish the inside of the tiny house with like cool, I don't know, clever little furniture type things. You know how they be doing in the tiny houses. Oh, my bed folds over into a cutting board and my coffee cup folds out and turns into a toilet. That kind of stuff's always pretty neat. Yeah, just woodworking in general, but I would love to just like get better. I focus so much on like the video making portion of everything that I do that I kind of feel like I've maybe really slowed down in developing my actual skills as a builder. So I really would like to develop my just general skills in build. That'd be very nice. James Samster, what's something you want to build but you feel like you just can't yet? Ballista, because I don't have the money for it. AKV7, wow, you really are a neighbor's kid. Aren't we all? Wanacle Boy, ever considered making fitness related content like what's your workout routine? People have been kind of asking for that. People have been kind of, sorry, let me stretch. People have been kind of asking for that since I posted that picture on Instagram. I don't know, it's hard dipping into a whole entire new genre like that. I mean, Dunning-Kruger effect is real. And I don't want to just like immediately jump into something like that and like my first foray into fitness is like teaching people fitness. So I want to find like a modest way of doing it where I'm not like, I'll teach you guys how to do things the right way, but like I do know some stuff, so I don't know, it could be fun, could be helpful, could be a nice little side project. Benedict Kovac says, how you been? Last vid you looked really happy, hope that's still happening. I'm doing pretty good, man. I'll be honest, I'm doing well. A great sign that I'm doing well is the views on my channel are pretty low. My income is not particularly where I should be, and yet I still feel good. I still feel fine. If I were just dying 24/7, I'm begging for money again, then yeah, there'd be some big internal struggles going on, but honestly, I'm doing well, so thank you for wishing me well. It worked. Also, when can we see the full Apocrusader armor assembled? I don't have full Apocrusader armor. I've got the shoulders, I've got the body, I got the helmet and the gauntlets, but I don't have any leg stuff. I skipped leg day, unfortunately. George Leiter, what is your favorite part of a build? Like, are you a bigger fan of the design stage or fit and finish? I think it always comes back to the finishing of it is the most satisfying to me. But depending on like how I'm doing at the time, it's for different reasons. When I'm really not doing well, I like finishing it because then it'll just like stave off the work anxiety for a couple of days. But when I'm doing very well and I finish a build, I really just like showing people. I like, of course you guys, but I like showing people in my life, you know? Showing my brother, or showing my neighbor, or hey, I got a wife I can show all my weapons I made in the garage too now. That's pretty sick, not gonna lie. I think it is the finishing part, fit and finish. Pascal Roberts RC Creation says, questions, huh? Yep. Steve Z says, hey, I just want to say your videos are just kidding. Pascal Roberts also says, what was your worst close call when testing one of your builds? It was a long time ago and this wasn't even that bad. I've been fortunate to really not have, I don't know if I've really had any bad close calls. I think it was when I was in California with Barbell Brigade. It's so hard for me to say for some reason. And when Omar chopped the zombie skull with the saw blade battle axe, he had a helmet on so he couldn't really see out of the sides, and he kind of stepped back away from the head to do like a victory pose. And I was stupidly like walking up next to him. He kind of swung it back like that and just kind of nicked me in the arm with the saw blade battle axe. It wasn't bad. Steve Z's comment though. Hey, I just want to say your videos have really helped me get into building and designing things, and now I'm studying electrical engineering. Whoa. That's really cool. Just like I was saying before, it's really great to see when I'm actually like making a good impression on somebody. Well, here we are at the end. I think this will be my 42nd comment that I responded to. Holy moly. I'm feeling good though. Let's see how much editing I can do on this today. Oscar Hillier. Make a crossbow that can launch 9mm ammo, preferably the whole bullet for jokes. I mean, I would definitely want to take all of the powder out of the bullet if I was going to do that. And given the world's current state of affairs, I don't know if I really want to be wasting ammo like that, so. Whoa, sheesh, guys. Ooh. Oh, baby. That was one heck of a Q&A. That might be the longest Q&A I ever did. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I was able to get to your question. Like I said, I'm going to be answering comments for the first 2 hours that this is posted. So say whatever you want. Leave me a question. Say hi. Compliment my death face. Heart failure death face, maybe. I'm thinking that should be all I got for today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.